getting sucker punched.
Right. If you're screaming at somebody and they punch you in the face, you can charge them and they can be taken to jail.
Right. There was one guy, he was covered in liquid, so obviously he had been...
Got hit with some awesome sauce.
He'd been hit with awesome sauce. I'm assuming it could be a water bottle. Whatever. Let's say it's a water bottle. He didn't get hit with it. Somebody dumped it on him. I don't know if you can call that assault. I guess maybe if you were wearing...
Giorgio Armani?
Oh.
$12,495 jacket?
Yeah, that's grand theft.
If you rip that jacket off of her, that would be grand theft.
Grand larceny.
You start running with it.
Okay, so the guy had a $5 Trump shirt. Oh, no, he did have a button-up shirt that was whatever. He looked like a frat boy.
Okay.
And he had liquid on him because his shirt was wet. And he was, at this point, pretty much upset that he had been this had been happening to him. So they're screaming in his face, "You racist, you racist." He throws his arms up and he's like, "I am a racist. What are you going to do about it?" Now here's the thing. He's allowed to say that.
Yes, you're allowed to say whatever you want.
And he probably said that
out of anger.
I can look at the guy and tell he probably only said that because he was getting sick and tired of the way he was being treated. And that's when they got in his face, and one guy just started jabbing him in the chest.
Right.
And he stood his ground, but some cops ran over and got the people that were that were actually assaulting.
If you are a police officer out there, and you know what we're talking about is real, that your job is to serve and protect, and you're disgusted by what went down in San Jose, well, props to you. We're on board with you. These cops that in San Jose, they had remorse and regret afterwards all week.
They should delete their account.
Delete.
No, they should seriously resign. If you can't stand up to your superior officers and say, "I'm not going to stand here and do nothing while I watch one civilian assault another." If you can't disobey the order to not do anything in that case, then you should just resign.
Right. No, I agree 100%. And I'm kind of shifting back and forth because we're kind of winding down to the end. We've got a few more minutes left.
This is called lightning.
Lightning. Okay, so what about your children? Would your children, the things that your children do, would they be a direct reflection on you as a father? I say yes, and I try to press that upon my kids. Like my dad came to me and said something about my daughter was lying to her and this and that. I got really offended by that. And so I sat down with my daughter and I explained to her how it makes me feel and how it makes me look when my daughter is doing these things. So long roundabout way, if Donald Trump's kids, all three of them, are hitting the circuit. Dude, all of them are out there. His daughter's out there stumping for him, and both his sons are out there stumping for him.
And they're doing great.
I'm like, wow, all these guys are cool. And so this is Donald Trump's son, and here's what he had to say on Hannity this week.
Disenfranchised by D.C. They're disgusted with what the politicians are doing across the board. I mean, look at Hillary Clinton. I mean, my father said it best last night. I mean, she turned the State Department, and the Clintons have turned government into their own private hedge fund. I mean, hundreds of millions of dollars. And I don't mean through the foundation. That's a whole different story.
That's a different story.
This is personal income that they've made by peddling influence, by peddling access. I mean, if we did that in the business world, we'd be arrested for FCPA. It's a
I don't know how they get away with it.
Now, if you bring up the foundation, that's probably billions. And most of the rating agencies that do charities, they won't even touch it because they're saying it's so screwed up. We can't tell where the money's going. We don't even want to look. That's how bad it is. So, God knows what's happening there. But when those agencies can't even rate them to see how effective and efficient they are and where the money's being spent and is it being spent wisely, they can't even figure it out. That's scary.
How does she...
I think
Listen to the way he
one
talks.
of his children are going to be a president one day.
I mean, look at it.
After years after Donald J. Trump.
Well, I'm already pushing for his Ivanka.
I don't even think she's the best one. I think the two sons.
No, she's the first woman president.
Well, that's
Female.
true.
So I'm pushing
she could
race.
do it.
I'm
She could
pushing
do it.
gender. I'm
But
pushing
his
gender.
two sons. I mean, you could tell.
Sharp.
Yeah, they
I
are.
mean, listen
ready
to
go.
him speak. He's speaking in terms, and he's throwing out, acronyms.
Which one is it anyway? Is that
Donald J. Jr.?
Junior?
Junior.
Donald Jr.
And so he's throwing out acronyms, and he's talking about, the way that he's talking right now, he's been in business. He runs a business. He runs a tight ship. He ain't messing around.
Right.
And for him to come out and talk about this, he's talking inside ball game to us, just listening. He's like, the FCA, they won't even touch this. They won't even look at the Clinton Foundation because it's so screwed up. We don't know where the money's coming from. We don't know where it's going. I don't know what the FCA is. I don't even know what that stands for.
He does.
Yeah, that's what matters.
He's not insulting anybody's intelligence. They're like, oh, you don't know this? Then don't try to argue with me. Dude, that's what it is.
Yes. So Deepak Chopra, I don't know, the enlightened one.
Okay.
I don't know. He came out this week and said Donald Trump is emotionally retarded, maybe mentally retarded.
Based on?
No basis whatsoever. Breitbart reported this in the opinion piece. Can you imagine, not Donald Trump, but just anybody in the conservative world calling somebody emotionally, maybe mentally retarded?
Sounds like a anti-PC thing to say to somebody. Or say about...
Dude, they would never
You're
let
not allowed to use the word retarded anymore.
No, I don't think so.
Did you know moron used to be a clinical term?
Right.
You knew that.
Well, yeah.
A lot of people don't know that because it was a long time ago that it was used.
Back in the 30s.
Yeah, 30s, 40s, 50s. And then finally somebody said, hey, all the kids are calling each other morons at school. so they said, ooh, we better change the name of that. And so,
well, you've heard of mongoloid, right?
I've heard the word.
Okay, you're no longer allowed to use that. You have to use the word gloid.
Sounds like a abbreviated version of it. Oh, well, like retarded or whatever. That was what you would call retarded. Means slowed down. So
if you look at the word to retard, like when I'm back in the day when an engine in a muscle car had a distributor cap and the timing, you could turn the distributor cap and it would adjust and change the timing of your engine.
Okay.
And if you went backwards, you retard the timing.
Oh, so I you know what? I think my timing is retarded. Clearly,
your timing is retarded. So it's to be slow to go backwards.
Yeah, to slow down. So when somebody was considered retarded, that means that their learning development as a child was slower than a normal child. So they were considered retarded.
Right.
Now, gosh, 10, 15, 20 years ago, kids were calling everybody retarded.
So you know what the word is now?
Is it gloid? No.
No. The appropriate terminology now is tard.
Oh, yeah. That's interesting. It's come back.
Yes.
It's come full circle. It's from the millennials.
No, it's from well,
like if you're an Obama supporter, you're an Obama tard. Or
Robert Downey Jr. played the black guy.
Tropic Thunder.
You went full tard.
No, he said retard.
Did he say retard?
He said
you
retard.
went full retard?
He said, oh, you went full retard. Oh, he said,
Producer,
you done went full retard.
Dude, producer, where's the sound clip of that?
Oh, we need to find that. We need to have the phone hooked up to it.
So here's the sound clip. John Kasich is completely gone full retard. John Kasich on with Bill Hemmer.
For the convention that comes to Ohio in 40 days.
But Bill,
Are you saying it's possible you can walk into that arena in Cleveland, Ohio, and not endorse?
Absolutely.
How long ago was this?
Of course. Look, I've been this way since I was in politics. I kind of call them the way I see them, and never more than today does a country need to be unified. Do we need to stop all the fighting? Do we need to realize that we're Americans before we're Republicans and Democrats?
He done gone full retard.
I would have assumed that this was an old clip when he was still competing.
Oh, yeah, back in like January or February? March?
Oh, well, he won the Ohio primary on March 15th.
Okay, so
that was the peak of his entire presidential was March 15th.
This meeting with Bill Hemmer was right after March 15th when he was riding high.
Well, he was asking about, I would say maybe a little later, after he came down.
3 days ago.
Oh, where is that Tropic Thunder clip? It's a meme, by the way.
Yeah.
Very common meme where they show the picture of Robert Downey Jr. in blackface, by the way. And then the text, you done went full retard.
Right. No, it's just...
You got to be careful. The FCC's listening.
Everybody knows you never go full retard. You went full retard, man.
Oh, you went full retard.
Everybody knows you don't go full retard. See, he had Ben Stiller just shocked. Huh? We need full retard.
Oh, nobody goes full retard.
No,
not these days.
No, not anymore. No, good times, man. Good times. So, Hillary's serial liar, crooked Hillary. That's going to stick.
What we call those people are sociopaths. She's a sociopath.
Right.
So, just FYI. We have 4 minutes.
Okay. Obama's newest star in the administration has ties to terror groups. But who cares? Who cares? Let's get the...
What it is that you found out.
Sure. You always talk about the vetting process. We've got an amazing example in an article at clarityproject.org where guess who the new liaison to the Muslim American community is that was chosen by the White House? It's a man named Zaki Barzinji, and he is the grandson of a Muslim Brotherhood terror suspect. Now, at that point, you might be saying, well, that's his grandfather. Well, this guy actually led the youth wing of a Muslim Brotherhood front organization, as identified by the U.S. government. So the U.S. government identifies this group as a Muslim Brotherhood front organization, then chooses someone that served as one of its officials as the liaison to the Muslim American community.
Yikes.
But who cares, right? Oh. Does care?
Well, their name is Care.
Right.
So it's self-explanatory.
Yeah. So, wow. Yeah, we got a lot of good stuff on Facebook.com/Smith Radio.
Yeah,
go look at it.
Loaded with all the great videos. And we don't just throw up videos because they're like, oh, look, it's political, let's throw it up. These are like when we find a gem.
Well, like Pamela Geller. We follow her, and I'm on alert with her. She's awesome. And she put up an article this past week. Imagine the wild, wild west without morality. San Jose police chief who admits allowing attacks on Trump supporters. Bum, 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 bum. Affiliated with La Raza.
Oh, great. We got to do something about
Dude!
this. Yeah.
Dude, we are losing our country. It is slipping away.
Right, and we got to get it back. We're not just making America great again. We're getting America back again.
Right, and don't do what the guy arrested this week did. He threatened the lives of Muslims at a mosque, threatened to kill them, and laid open packages of bacon all around the front. He opened it up, bacon packages, laid them all around the front of the building, threatened to kill the Muslims inside, and when they were leaving, they claimed he ran them down with his car. He didn't hit anybody, but he started chasing them and following them and like running them down.
They're going to put this prominently up front so that people can, so that they can create the narrative of the right having hate for the left.
They showed his picture, regular old white dude with tattoos, big husky, chunky guy, and it's just like, oh man, are y'all for real?
This is what they're gonna try to do.
This has to be the fastest 3 hours you will ever spend.
Yeah, well, I mean, we had to talk about the terror attacks, so R.I.P. the victims.
We hit a lot on this week's show. Share it with your friends. Share it with everybody. Facebook, Twitter. Follow us because we are all over the place for you.
See you guys next week. Same time, same day, 5 o'clock Eastern Time on Sunday.
with unfathomable power.
What kind of power?
Unfathomable. It's without fathom.